Hi, everyone. So today I wanted to just kind of have a super casual chat, yap, and draw. So took out my sketchbook here to continue on with this drawing right here. Drawing a little like hobbit house on a hill. I have some other sketches in here of architecture. I like to draw strange architecture, houses, that type of thing. This is the Stave Church. I saw an image of this online, and it was one of the first images I had seen of a Stave Church. I loved it, so I wanted to draw it. Something about the Nordic style. The church is almost black. It was just really cool to me. So I wanted to capture that. The little cottage I made. This one was a fun one to draw, very whimsical. And I think, that's kind of what led me to this one I like. Something about the whimsical ways of drawing when it comes to architecture. A lot of the homes or buildings I draw aren't real. They're just from my imagination. I'm going to continue with this one and figured it would be a nice opportunity to chat a little bit about, myself, since I haven't really done much of a introduction, and also just, chat in general about art a little bit more. I've actually made this video a couple times now, which is where a lot of these drawings have come from. I'll be honest, the YouTube creator life is not an easy one. My audio keeps messing up really bad. It's been really staticky and dropping at random points, and I wouldn't want to listen to it. So I just can't in good conscience put it out, even though I've tried so many times. Just bear with me as I continue to try and figure out this filming process. I see why creators have teams and pay professionals for this, because it is a lot of work, but it's just me figuring it out. Hopefully I can purchase or get things that make this a little bit easier, like a better camera, better microphone, things like that. But regardless, let's jump in. Feel free to grab your own sketchbook, a piece of paper to draw with. So yeah, let's draw. A little bit about me. My name is Haley. It was actually a difficult decision to think about what I want my YouTube channel to be called. I don't, at least right at this point, want it to be my name. So I am a huge art fanatic, if that wasn't clear. I have a waterhouse painting as my profile picture on here, which is the Lady of Shalott. I studied some of his artwork, his paintings, when I was in school. And yeah, that one just always stood out to me. Honestly, all of his work has always stood out to me because it's very whimsical. The thing that I love how it feels ethereal in a way. You feel a lot of longing in the paintings that he makes, the faces, all of that. So I went ahead and made that my picture for here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I really like that one. I also there was another one. It's like a woman dancing around a flame, or is it a cauldron? I wanted that one really badly because it's just a woman, a witchy woman who's casting a spell or something is the vibe that I would get from it. If I can figure out how to add images, I'll try and add it in here. I wanted to do that one, but it is too long because it's a very vertical, narrow painting that he made. So that one's just gonna have to live in my mind, I suppose. But yeah, that is the story of the photo. I've been in the art world forever, studied art, taken courses for it my entire pre-professional adult life, like in high school, college, all of that. I still take courses outside of that when I can. I love learning about art. And I'm actually looking into taking a course in Florence, Italy, for drawing and painting. I would love to do it next year, but I need more time to save and prepare for that, so I don't think it'll be happening, but hopefully one day. Just imagine living in Italy for a little bit and waking up where all the masters made their art. I think that would be so cool. Hopefully I get to do that one day. But for now, I will remain in Chicago. That is where I am based, where I'm located. I love living here. I love Chicago so much. The city life is the life for me. I love living in the city. There's always something to do. We always have something going on. So it makes it really fun. I'm also a huge foodie, so trying new restaurants all the time. We walk everywhere. We hardly drive, which is another desirable thing about living here. I plan to be here for a good while at least, although I must say it is expensive. There's pros and cons to it, and sometimes I'm like, I just want to live in the woods, in the mountains, in the middle of nowhere, and not have to deal with anything or any people. Just like paint and draw the scenery that I'm surrounded by. But it's not gonna happen just yet, at least. I'll actually bring the camera a little bit closer. There we go. All right. Yeah, so I decided to make this YouTube channel just, I don't know, as a creative outlet, somewhere I can share these little things that I like doing, having some sort of community that enjoys this type of stuff just as much as I do. Because I definitely miss that from no longer being in actual courses and classes for art. It's a little bit harder at times to find that community. I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 this past month, which is, times are changing. I don't mind aging or anything like that, but it's definitely made me think a little bit more about what do I want to be doing with my life, especially creatively. That's really been the biggest factor for me right now. I want to feel really, I don't know, what I'm doing, what I'm working on. Right now, I'm working in tech. I've been in tech for a bit now, and it's been definitely a difficult industry the past, year or so. I was laid off last year and got a new job at the beginning of this year. I'm enjoying it and very thankful to have work again. It was a pretty big wake-up call, losing my job and just being like, what am I doing? What am I living for? And at the time, I was definitely living to work. I got all of my gratification for the most part from work. I had a life outside of work, but it wasn't as much as it should have been, that's for sure. I found happiness in the feedback I got from work, which is fine, but when that is the only thing that's really making you feel productive or like you're contributing properly, it's not great. And that's kind of what it was becoming. So yeah, being laid off was really tough. Gave me that opportunity to really reflect and think about, hey, what am I doing? What do I want to be doing? And I realized I want to be more involved with this artistic side of me. I don't like that I've let it go. I want to do more with it. So that's what I've kind of been doing since. It's just like finding my way with it again. It's been hard. I'm not gonna lie about that. Some days are easier than others. I have to force myself to be creative at times. Think later, I'll do this later, and then a week passes or a month passes or several months. So it's something I have to be quite cognizant of, that's for sure. But yeah, kind of learning a little bit more about what I like to do. I found out I love to cook. I cooked before, but I just really began experimenting more in the kitchen. So that was a lot of fun to get more into. I was going to make a bunch of steps leading down, but I feel like that's just going to be such a nightmare to work on, and I don't feel like doing that. So we're going to go with our little grassy hill. I decided that this might be a kind of nice series to start on my channel, because a big reason for this channel, I can't remember if I said it or not, was accountability. I am so much that person that's just like, I'll talk, I'll do this big plan. I love to make plans. I love to make goals. And then time just keeps going and nothing's changed. I feel like this is a nice way to set that time aside to draw. Like, there is no reason not to, so we'll just do it. And I think having that reason and knowing other people maybe want to do that with me feels kind of nice, if anyone else does. But yeah, kind of getting back into what I was saying, I definitely was finding that I was placing so much on work alone and not much outside of it. I'm meeting new people and we talk about work. I talk about my job. I'm a little weird about talking about work. It's not that I'm disappointed in what I do or anything like that, but I just, I'm just like, do people really care? Do people really care? So I get kind of quiet about it very quickly. It's just kind of like, yeah, I do this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's move on to some other conversation. I don't want to be doing that, but I also want to feel like I'm contributing to something I'm really excited about. I feel like that is coming out in different ways, where it's less about what I am working on at my job and more so like, here's where or what I'm doing outside of work that is fulfilling my life. I find it interesting to hear about what it is that people are enjoying doing. If someone doesn't really love their job or find it all that interesting, it's not engaging conversation to have. You don't have to love the work that you do. It's very hard to find a job that you truly love. So I totally get that. But yeah, I just want to be able to say, hey, I'm an artist. I'm working on this drawing right now, this painting right now, or I'm currently taking a poetry course. Just, yeah, I don't know, more exciting things like that I feel are like making me feel fulfilled, making me feel whole. Not that I'm fulfilling something else, but rather it is fulfilling me. And yeah, that's kind of like the new outlook I'm taking here. I like the work that I do. I like the people that I work with. I don't have any issue with that, but being laid off last year really showed me what matters most to me and what is going to care for me through the hardest times. Job is not necessarily going to do that. Working in tech, I'm working for a company and they aren't making profit. I understand that, cuts have to be made. It's about revenue first and foremost. So it makes sense. I don't like layoffs or anything like that, but unfortunately it is part of the way that things are. And I want to, not feel so stressed out by that and tying my worth to what it is that I'm producing for work. So that is where all of this is coming from. In an ideal world, I'd love to, just be an artist and be living my happiest, best life. We always want what we can't have, but also what we can't have, we're not seeing the difficulties that are associated with it. It's not easy to be an artist with your own business. I don't want to romanticize that it would be easier than what I'm doing now. In a lot of ways, I do like that. With the job I have now, I'm in and out 9 to 5. I'm not constantly thinking about it. When I'm done, I'm done. I can step away. I can take time off. I get paid for my time off. I get healthcare. All that is obviously a lovely benefit. But yeah, it's a lot to weigh at times. I also just hope that this channel and new creative outlet really helps me feel that new, different level of fulfillment. Although, like I said, I've had to refilm this so many times, and that kills the feeling slightly. Although now that I'm drawing, that's feeling very nice. I feel very good right now that I'm taking some more time to draw and finish this. Would I finish it otherwise if I wasn't remaking the video or, whatever. But yeah, it's just nice to have that. And I've been thinking too about what do I want to film? What do I want to make for people to see? I do like the idea of this series a lot. I've also thought about maybe doing a video, walking through some of my old sketchbooks, some of my favorite drawings I've showed a couple with buildings that I have drawn previously, but is there anything else that would be kind of fun to share? I've also debated, this is straying quite a bit from what I'm doing, but as I said, I've been loving cooking. Would anyone care to see a cooking video? I feel like I'm testing so many recipes all the time, and it would be kind of fun to share some of that with other people too. I love little wispy clouds, smoke clouds. Whoever's watching this out there, if you enjoy this, let me know. I'd love to do some other chat in the app videos too. Maybe have a better outline of what it is I want to talk about. But yeah, it's nice getting to share a little bit of this because normally I don't get to. Not in art classes anymore right now, so not getting to chat with people. I would like to do this at some point. There's a studio here in Chicago where artists have open studio time and you can pay to take classes, learn different things. Would love to do it too, but I do sometimes wonder, are they going to be chatty with an opportunity to speak with other artists, or is it more quiet time to focus and work? I am now fully remote with the job that I am at, which is fine. I am a chatty, slightly extroverted type of person, so it has been a little tough. Not getting to, just like, I don't know, see coworkers in person, and everything is so remote now. I do miss that, and I think this channel will help with that a little bit. Get to chat with some more people again. If I could do this all day, I would. Although my hand would cramp. I do remember, there was, I think it was my figure drawing class that I took in college. It's been a bit, but memories stick with you forever. I had a portrait due, and it was due the next day, or it was day of. And I really didn't even have it done. I was working so hard. It was just pencil to paper, and my hand was so sore, cramped so bad. I mean, I could not draw for the next couple of days because it hurt to hold a pencil. I noticed when I would get loose, I pulled the pencil a bit further. I'm just kind of making marks. And as I'm doing details, typically I get a little tighter with the pencil. Using these mechanical pencils is not my favorite all the time. It's just regular quality lead. It's nothing super nice, but sometimes that is just how it is. I'm trying to remember what I had talked about in my previous attempts at filming this. I definitely went on some tangents, and I don't know, part of me is like, was I just spewing nonsense? Like, did I just sound like nonsensical? I also think I made some pretty good points that I now cannot remember. But that video is just never going to see the light of day, so both myself and whoever watches this is going to have to live with the not knowing, because I don't even think I'm going to watch those videos back because the audio is just so bad. I just don't want to take the time to do it, because I have no prompt of what it is I want to talk about. I just was like, we're going in blind on it. But I think it's been going okay. It's like having the conversations that Bob Ross did. I feel like he's so quiet, but then would add his little thoughts. Although trying not to get this blood everywhere from my hand. I know I am a little bit, but I'm trying not to. Should have grabbed a piece of paper to put under my hand. Honestly, if I wasn't drawing on video right now, sometimes when I'm drawing, I mean, I'm like moving it around and I'm twisting the whole book. But I'm trying to not do that, so it's a little bit clear what's going on. I'm also a big reader, so I won't lie, I am definitely a bit of a romantic reader, but I'm in a little bit of a rut with it. I just feel like there have not been any really good complete series out just yet. And I think, just reading the same tropes over and over gets a little bit old. So I'm trying to find a new one, but I will say I did recently read Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley. She has another series. I haven't read it before. This was the first set of books I've read from her, and it's actually pretty good. It is a common trope, I guess you could say. Like, it feels very much like ACOTAR, that sort of idea, but at the same time, if you love the fantasy, fairy type of stuff, it can only get so different sometimes. But it was an enjoyable one, and I'm excited for the next book to come out at the end of this month. Otherwise, I'm also reading The Gift of Fear, which is entirely different. I definitely read an array of genres from fiction to nonfiction, although when I am reading nonfiction, it tends to be something I'm like learning, something kind of beneficial. I don't want to say full on like self-help books, but I do think those can be kind of useful at times. I'm trying to read 20 books by the end of the year, which I think I'll be able to do. I think I'm at 15 or 16. It definitely depends on how busy I am. I read almost 25 last year. Most of those were when I was unemployed because I had so much time. So why not read? If I got the time, might as well read a book. I was doing a lot more reading than drawing, to be honest. My other favorite thing to do when I'm drawing or reading, I love when I'm cooking. I actually like to watch cooking videos, not even of what I'm cooking, just other people cooking. I love watching Auntie Chef. He's so funny. They're just entertaining to watch. I mean, I'll listen to jazz music too. If I'm gonna listen to music when I'm cooking, it's jazz. If I'm listening to anything when I'm drawing or reading, I put on an ambient noise video. It could be anything from a babbling brook, ocean waves, or thunderstorm, off in the distance, something like that. And I love to play those in the winter. We have a fireplace, but I also put on a fake fireplace on the TV because I love the sound of the crackling fire. It just is very, warm and cozy and just feels safe to me, I guess you could say. My boyfriend loves to laugh at me when I put on another fireplace. He's like, we have a fireplace. Why do you have double fireplace going on? And I'm like, I do. That I do. All right, I think I'm happy with where this is at. I don't want to draw all the grass because that's too much. But I like everything else in it. A little bit of grass to give the idea. Actually, maybe I should do just a little bit more coming down from up here. My secret to grass is just, there is no secret. It's just a strange line markings to bring it down, bring it over, different weight. There we go. Okay, I think I'm officially content. All right, there we go. Complete. So this is our little hobbit house. Some billowing smoke coming from the chimney, and cute little hobbit door and window. Yeah. Thank you for drawing with me. I hope that this was enjoyable and maybe got you to draw something unique or just take the time to draw when you normally wouldn't have, because I know that's me. And yeah, I would love to hear any thoughts, comments on having more videos like this, or if there's anything else that would be interesting to see. I feel like I did a terrible job of talking about myself and who I am, but maybe it gave some insight. Thank you for being here, watching this, sitting with me, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.